I started running back in 7th grade, and lucky for me and everybody here, my mother actually recorded a lot of those videos, so I thought it'd be a good example to show you little baby Moony running. Hi, hello, welcome back to my channel, and if you are new here, hello, my name is Moony Warfield. I'm a distance runner out here in Colorado, and with that being said, let's go look at some old videos. So this is the mile. It's league finals of my 7th grade year. I had run the mile a couple times. I am telling you right now, I am not going to win this, but if you look, kind of hard to see. My mom filmed this. We love her. I am clearly not the person in front, but kind of towards the back of the pack. In the orange shoes, it's kind of hard to tell. Hanging on the back, now kind of moving up a little bit. That would be me. That would be little... Ooh, how old was I? Would have been 12 years old. So yeah, that's a little 12-year-old Moony right there, moving up into places. This was my 5th ever mile. I remember I had one goal in mind. That was to break the 6-minute barrier. Woo! But yeah, wow, look at that. Look at little Moony go. You can see there's a pack of 3 of us right there, kind of all making a move right now. So that would be actually 2 of my teammates who in my head, I was thinking I can win against them. The guy in front in that blue of our group of 3, he was known as a 800. I think this is his first or second time doing the mile. And the guy behind us was known as a 400. We just didn't have anybody in the mile. So, except me. So that kind of ended up being what happened. So, honestly, yeah, look at that. Look at little Moony go. Like I said, I really wanted to break that 6-minute barrier. So, well, with that, let's skip ahead a little bit. So I came through at like 2:59 through 800. So, I was right on that 6-minute pace, and I think I knew that I could do it. There I am just running that 200 bend. But I also knew I had to have a good 3rd lap. Otherwise, I didn't have a chance with it. So I kind of remember thinking just all right, you're at a little bit of a pack. Try and pick up the pace with them. Keep it with them. If they're starting to slow down, don't be afraid to take the lead. Back then, I was a lot less strategic. I mean, I don't really know any 12-year-olds who are super strategic in the mile. Kind of just was all right, I feel okay enough to go faster situation. And so we're about to hit that end of the 3rd lap. We'll see what we go through in 4:33, I think, 4:34. Obviously, that's too slow. That was too slow of a lap. I knew I was off that 6-minute pace, and I remember thinking, all right, oh, Mom, go back to the other side. Go back to the other side. We only have 300 to go. I remember thinking just all right, I need to just open up and try and catch maybe a person. As you can see, there was a large gap between the person in front who's in that black in the middle of the screen and me who's in that blue. I remember thinking if I could just try and catch them, I had a chance. Here's my mom panning over to show you the finisher. His name was Bruno. We love Bruno. And there's 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. But she pans back around. There we go. And I have made up a little bit of room, maybe. Not really. Even to that day, I was not a kicker. I didn't really sprint very well. Unlike that guy in yellow, who you'll actually see was a player next year. So yeah, this is a full out sprint from Moony right there. Look at that speed. I mean, there isn't any, but that's okay. That was my full out sprint. I remember trying to dig deep, and I made that 6-minute pace. I don't know what that arm movement was, but yeah. So that's that. And as you can see, one of my teammates is finishing up right now. But we're gonna skip over to the next video now. Okay, so this one's a fun one. We're about 250, almost 300 meters in. This is the first mile race of my 8th grade year. I was really sick. And I didn't wear spikes or anything. I wore like my normal trainers, and that's me in third in the blue right now. So this is, just under a year later. And like I said, that guy in yellow would come back. Well, there he is right there leading the charge. I was pretty confident in my training going into this race. I knew like I can handle myself. I knew how to just run myself. The only issue, quote unquote, was I was really, like I said, I was really sick that year. I knew I was going to go under 6. I didn't really have a goal for this race. I remember, besides winning, I wanted to win. I was kind of hell-bent on winning. I had never won a race, obviously, so I was kind of like, oh, I got to at least try. Also, I'm so sorry. I have allergies right now. I got to at least try to win a race. And so there's me. I moved into second, trying to close that gap down to first. But, yeah, honestly, there I was. Middle school years were a little crazy when it came to running. This was the first year that I actively took track serious. The year before was more conditioning for soccer. And little Moony, there they are. Woo, pop off. But basically, yeah, first year that I actually took it seriously, took any kind of like consideration. We didn't have cross country in my middle school when I was going to it. So this was also like the only sport that I would run, like just run. I wasn't doing anything else when I was running. Soccer, I dribbled the ball. This year I also did football in the fall. Don't know why. I was wide receiver. Fun fact of the day. But it looks like we're coming up to the 800-meter split. I've taken the lead. I remember thinking, all right, just keep the pace going. What did we come through in? 250 something? Yeah, that looked about right. Yep, so it's definitely not the fastest pace in the world. Like I said, I was really sick. But we'll see as I start to open that gap up. So we're in the final lap. I came through 1,200 and like 417. As we can see, the arms are pumping. That gap maybe grew a little bit, shrunk, grew. It's kind of been, quartying out. But there we go. We're closing hard, but the guy in yellow is closing a lot harder. I think you could just kind of see the moment I started to give up a little bit, but not quite yet. Oh, pan back over. Pan back over. Please. Please. No, you're missing it. There. So there I am in second. It's a battle. Like I mentioned earlier, I was not a sprinter. I didn't have a good closing kick or anything like that. So I tried to make a move on the outside, slingshot over. I couldn't. He went to the outside, and I went on the inside lane of that other. Actually, that's my teammate. But right there, my body just started to give out as he took the win. My one goal, that first place, did not happen, unfortunately. But that's okay, because there's always next time. And next time would come just about, an hour and a half later in the 800. First ever time racing it. I didn't know what an 800 was going to be like. I didn't know if I had speed. I had, I was also really angry. I was still sick, obviously, but I was really angry I didn't win the mile because I also saw the time and knew I wasn't happy with it. So when the race went off in 800, I got shot to the back, or not back, but like fifth. And it was okay, I'm not going to complain and be like, oh, it was such a horrible start. I didn't know what I was doing. Was it the best start? No. Did I know what a start of the 800 looked like? No. I had only started for a mile, which anybody knows that is a very different start than the 800. So with 200 meters in, I kind of started to settle into a pace. I also had been training with the person in front who was my teammate, same person from the first video. And I knew I could maybe hang with them, probably beat them. We didn't know. And so I remember thinking at this point, we're 300 meters in. This is when the strength came in. I think I realized, oh, wait, there's only a lap left, and I still feel really chill and relaxed. And so because of that, I decided, why not try and take to the front? So I moved by my teammate, and I just kind of moved at that front. Obviously, some people were responding, seeing that move. I just felt, we're going to just try to string this out. It's the last lap. I mean, I have less than a lap to go. It feels so short. And to this day, the 800 still feels really short. So with the legs moving open a little bit, I just kind of relaxed into a pace. We got 300 to go. Come on, let's go, Moony. Looks like my teammate and another person are trying to battle out for that second place. I also knew I didn't have a kick, and I didn't know what an 800 person's kick would look like. Because in my head, I'm thinking, oh, it's a sprint, so they've got to be really fast. I, at the time, didn't understand what lactic meant and all that stuff. So I was very calm and in control and not feeling like I was pushing too much. However, the two people behind me were not the case. I think going out so much slower through the first 200 as well helped me in this first time ever running the 800. Like I said, I really just didn't know what to expect when it came to the 8. But there I am, trying to find that next gear because I didn't know how close they were. I didn't know how fast they would run. I just remember thinking, I am in the lead and we're almost at the finish. I got to at least try. So there was the first ever 800 I've ever done. Well, I hope you liked that video. And obviously, I have a lot more race videos similar. So if you want me to do another little reaction to older race videos, whether it be high school, post-high school, more middle school races, because I've got quite a few of them, I'm happy to share. And if you did like this content, maybe try subscribing if you are already. YouTube thinks you're going to like one of these videos over here. But thank you again, and I hope you have a good day.